Kick it. Everybody kick it. We're live!
We're live!
Everybody
Definitely.
Celebrate liveness.
Better than deathness.
God, that's starting off a bit, no, I wouldn't say depressingly, but
Lively.
darkly,
Darkly.
lively,
Yes.
deadly,
Deadly.
deathly. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're all well.
Yes.
Welcome to another episode of The State of the Beans.
Talk.
They're doing really well with that.
I know, right?
Oh, we didn't even discuss it.
Picking up on the on what you're putting down.
Picking up on the social cues. Hello, everyone. Hello, Pokewood Theatre.
Hello.
Nathan, Nafi. Time to fly.
Time to fly.
And we tortured
some folks. What a name. Love
Did we
it.
though?
I love how people are getting really innovative with their names.
Yeah, you know what I've always thought? At some point, people's usernames will run out.
Oh my god, will they?
Well, They have already, I think.
With there's so many characters, I'm surprised I could use my username on YouTube. I was like, oh, I'll do this as my username. Accepted. Oh, okay.
But I think
Nobody uses it.
YouTube names don't actually follow like you can have anybody's name.
Oh, can you?
I think so. I don't think
Should have
there's
changed it to Linus Tech Tips.
Well, I also realized that like BattleNet and a couple of other ones you can put whatever name you want, and then you get like a hashtag number. So you
Right.
could be like Happy Days 123, but there could be another Happy Days 123, but he'll have a hashtag like different number.
Oh yeah, I'll have
So
what's that called? Like a tag. They give you a tag, right?
Yeah,
It's
like a tag number. Yeah. So that means
Yeah.
you're going to be unique. And speaking of unique and cool things, we do have a great show for you today. We've got some really interesting news. PlayStation 5 UI revealed.
Finally, goddamn, it's less than a month away.
Well, we were just
Jeez.
talking about the consoles before. The Xbox X feels like it's already been released because a whole bunch of YouTubers already
Yeah.
have it and already playing games on it. And it's like, is this going to be like a soft launch where you sort of give it out slowly and people are like, hey, look, I got the Xbox, how nice.
Yeah, I know it's been like for the past week or two, we've seen the major channels just like getting them, playing with them. I mean, I've seen like Linus, Game Ranks, Austin, the Tech Chat, like all these guys, they already have all these. They're basically, the reviews are done. They're like, we can't do the review until the, what is it, the
Embargo date.
Embargo date, yeah.
And then we've got some Xbox news, so that's why we're talking about Xbox. But we've got some AMD Ryzen news about the DDRs and why you should be getting higher frequencies. And I made the mistake, I've ordered lower frequency ones. But only because I already have some at that low frequency, and and the difference between a higher frequency and the lower frequency is going to be very minimal. We'll talk about that.
Well, that's what I thought as well.
It's going to be
right?
1 or 2 frames.
Okay.
Like you got to be a sleuth to try and
Dude,
like
you'd be missing out on that frame.
that extra frame. That's the difference in you making millions in CS:GO tournaments and you being at home playing
A peasant.
Farmville. And Nvidia fails again. Nvidia's been failing a lot.
Have they? Kind of. Like, I guess they're failing on a certain... maybe to us they're failing, but to them they're like, money!
They're just
showering themselves with money.
What's that Duck Scrooge guy who jumps
Scrooge
in?
McDuck. Yeah. I reckon that's Jensen Huang. Just jumps into piles of money.
While wearing a Duck McScrooge outfit?
Yeah.
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 And that's it. No. Oh, RTX 3090.
Yeah.
Now I'm pretty sure I know what that's about, but I'll let you explain. Or you don't know about it, or I know about it. Do you know
Sounds
about it?
like you got more knowledge. I
sounds
just
like
saw the title. I'm like, that looks exciting. Yeah.
Let's get straight into it. We're gonna roll the intro. Welcome everybody. Let's get started. Is it playing? And we have the invasion of the flies today. It's massive. Yeah. Look at it.
Dude, it's so huge.
I've never seen a fly this big, and that's not a horsefly either.
That's
giant.
It's perf flies for you, bro. They're on steroids.
Welcome to the fly show.
yeah. Well, we analyze fly sizes.
Let's talk Xbox, because Xbox is like we talked before. It feels like it's already been released.
Yeah, it's
and
out
there. There's nothing exciting anymore to wait for that day, apart from those who want to get their hands on it. I suppose. Yeah. To me, it feels a little bit weird that it's gone like that. And that's probably why... What the hell's going on? That's probably why Xbox, comparably to PlayStation, I still feel like PlayStation feels a bit more exciting. What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, you know what? I agree. It kind of feels like the whole Xbox thing is like... It's just really low in stock, and only the reviewers have it, like the 3080s.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it just feels the same way. It's like, only a few have it. But then... Like, having one right now, it's obviously it's kind of cool because you're playing the current gen games a bit better. Like, they're optimized, and there's like a list of optimized games as well that are launching on day one. But there's no exclusives. There's nothing exclusive on it yet. And, yeah.
So to me, all that changes is you go buy a box, it's more powerful, and you get to play the same exact games that you've been playing for the past however months. It doesn't feel new. And I suppose, are we just too used to having all these exclusives? Is that the thing? Like, have we been forced to believe that exclusives is what makes up the next generation? Couldn't it just be an upgrade like with PCs? You know, you upgrade a couple of components and it feels a little bit fresh. It's not necessarily new because there's new games coming out, because they consistently come out. You know what I think?
I think we're at the tail end of a generation, so we're coming off that high of like, you know, games, all these new games, and now we're reaching that territory that we forgot that we were in 7 years ago. Whenever a new console launches, the launch titles are so sparse. Yeah, to begin with, so it's gonna be the same. And I heard Jake Baldino from Game Ranks talking about his experience, how he was waiting out in the rain, like he was in the line for like hours and hours on end. It was cold. They had like a little tent and everything.
For which console?
For the PS3.
Oh, and PS3,
so he got his hands on a PS3, and all the games sucked big time. There was the one and only game which was like a cross-gen game, which was Assassin's Creed Black Flag? Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag? Yeah.
That was one of the best Assassin's Creeds out there. Fight me on it. Honestly, it's good.
Yeah. So he was playing that, and then he was like, my expectations are the same. Like, I going into this generation, and look at that, I will most likely be playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I'll have a good time playing it. I'm like, yeah, you know what, you're probably right.
Will he though? Valhalla just doesn't look good at all.
Yeah, it screams jank, doesn't it?
It screams jank. People like jank, don't get me wrong.
But because maybe it's not the right jank.
But it's not, I don't think it's the right jank. It's something below, like, you know, like Among Us, you know that game? That's jank.
I never played that. What's that?
It's the one where there's an imposter and you gotta find it, but he's trying to like kill all the people in space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, really cool, but it's really janky. It's like flat down 2D. It looks really junky.
Oh wow, that sounds like a cool concept, but nah.
It is really cool. It's so popular. It's one of the biggest mobile games. It's one of the biggest streaming things at the moment. It's huge, but it's only good when you're playing with other people who have voice comms, or at least your friends, apparently. Yeah. And then you have, you know, something like a AAA like Valhalla. Like, there's a balance. Like, you either go real jank and create something really fun because the gameplay mechanic and the loop is really good, to something like Valhalla where you're trying to be everything at once and it sort of just goes, oh, it doesn't quite work together.
Yeah, I know. They don't really have much time now, do they? Because it's like 3 weeks' time they're releasing that game, I think.
November 12th?
Or something like that.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you guys are going to be getting Valhalla. I mean, look, taking a step back, right now, this instant, there isn't any other Viking game.
There isn't, is there?
No. So, just for the sake of having a theme, the Vikings, I think it'll be really cool to play.
I think so. I'm quite tempted. I gotta say something here, but I was like really tempted to pre-order that game for the PS5. Yeah.
So you were, but you're not anymore?
I don't know. I'm still on the fence. I'm like, oh, should I pre-order? Should I not? Because like Amazon has a really good price for it.
How much is it on Amazon?
It's like $79. Whereas it's like every other store has it like $100 plus. So it's like, and then
right.
I know like once it launches, and if it is good, the price is gonna go up. Like that's what they do with games.
It's weird,
like,
eh?
to milk it. Yeah, they're like, all right, now it's 100, 110,
Yeah,
and then it's
yeah.
like that for the next like month or two or something.
Hello, Vanilla Shack. Hey, Hammy. Yes, we're back. I think we missed 1 week. Both our schedules were a bit mixed that week, and we couldn't even
Yeah.
fit it on a Friday or a Sunday.
That's right.
And it was just like, well, we really can't.
That was the darkest week of my life.
It was really depressing. I was
It
like,
was so depressing. Yeah.
I was out, so I was like thinking, oh, am I supposed to be doing something today? It was like a Saturday night. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, the stream, like we're supposed to, but it's not happening. Oh, it's always good fun.
Yeah, it's so good.
I always look forward to it on a Saturday. Get the videos done in the morning, and then
And then
couple
hello,
of beers in the
friends.
afternoon, yeah. And Alfie says, I heard the new God of War is Viking Norse themed.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, God of War games are like that. You got a super bearded dude with an axe that's just bashing people's heads in. Yeah.
Okay, so look, at the end of the day, I think Xbox is doing what they do best. No, sorry, what they recently found out they do best, and that is pushing the subscription of gaming through, and that seems to be the way for them.
Yeah.
Did something crash on YouTube just now?
I don't know. Like it says current viewers here on 0.
Oh, here
but
we
then
go.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like bounced back up. I
It
think.
crashed. I think YouTube
Yeah.
just had a shitty.
YouTube had it. But this is quite a meaningful interview in the sense that I think they're actually asking Phil about that huge deal that they made. The what is it?
Bethesda?
Yeah, how many billions was that? It was like something insane.
8 billion, was it? Or-
Yeah, it's like 7.5, 8 billion
Yeah.
deal, and they were asking him about like how are you gonna recoup that money back, like
Yeah.
about exclusivity and all that kind of stuff. And it was a very interesting response from him, where he's like, no, that's not our goal at all. In fact, we want to do the opposite. We want to make sure more gamers are playing our games.
Oh.
But I'm like, what does that mean for your competitors, though? Like, because those on the PS5, like, are you going to allow your games to be on other platforms? And if so, are you going to get some kickback from that?
Have they answered that question if they're going to be making games for the other?
Well, nah, he's vague in the sense that, nah, we're going to give it to more players and it's not about exclusivity. So he doesn't explain what that means.
You know, I'd imagine this scenario. You've got a console like the PlayStation 5,
Yeah.
and to play a game on it, you have to buy it. So $79 or $80, right?
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the fence, the same game is available on Xbox on a pass that costs $10 a month.
Yeah.
I think then that's what they're going to do. That just seems like the way they're going to do it.
And I think if they have, when they reach a certain amount of subscribers, I think that's when they're going to get the bigger games. Like it's going to, I suppose they have to.
It's
you have
chicken
to
and
look at
egg,
it,
right?
Chicken and an egg, right? You get the bigger games, you get more subscribers, or do you get the bigger games once you have the income from the subscribers?
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna lure in those bigger companies to be like, oh yeah, we'll come and you can afford us now. Like you can afford to pay us to be on that platform.
I'm really keen to see how much they pay per game. Like, you know, if somebody's paying only $10 a month, like how much of that cent goes to the actual game? Because they remove games from the pass.
Yeah.
It's only a seasonal thing, so you do end up having to buy the game, and I think you get a discount if you're a subscriber.
Right.
By buying it
Okay.
through the Microsoft Store, which the Microsoft Store in general is pretty annoying. Like, it's pretty bad. And the
It is
prices
bad.
of those games are ridiculously high. Like, you can go to Steam, buy the same game that is on Microsoft Store, and it's like $30 more from Steam. And Steam's already expensive. And same with, like, if you were to go to a shop, it's like $69.
Yeah.
So it's like $100 on Microsoft Store. So Microsoft Store is not cheap. So even if you get a discount, it's just like, well, I might as well keep it in one place. You get to keep your save games.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
that's
don't
right.
have to redo everything.
Speaking of prices, what's really blowing my mind is the prices of these next-gen games. Like, I had a look at JB Hi-Fi,
Yeah.
and it's like $124 for, like, some of these games. And I'm like, how can you justify this price when it's going up by $10 US? It's not doubling in money all of a sudden. Like, it's going up by a small percentage, by like 10%. So I'd expect that to be equivalent of our currency converting in that manner, like going up by
because
10%.
you're still already, the shipping's already included, the
Yeah.
retailer's percentage is already included, so it shouldn't go up by a whole lot, and certainly not double.
Yeah, I don't
That's crazy.
understand. Because right now we're paying for games like what, $60 to $70. Like,
Yep,
it's
yep.
like
Or 89,
69.
I've seen 89.
Yeah, topping out at 89. But like 120? Where are you getting those numbers from?
I remember when I was in New Zealand,
Yeah.
and I just got a PlayStation 2, and I went to the warehouse. I don't know if anybody knows the warehouse.
Oh, the warehouse. What a great store.
And I bought a game that was R18 at the time, and they sold it to me. I certainly wasn't 18, nor had an R in there. R. And I bought Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell.
Oh, great game.
Yeah, I hated it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was boring as batshit. it was one of the first ones, and I just...
It was, yeah.
Like, my parents were like, they gave me pocket money for ages, and I saved up, and I bought it, and I was really excited because I bought it. Because I think part of it was the actual thing that you buy it.
Yeah.
You know, the excitement of buying a physical game, being like, here's money, I take this, and now look at all the potential that this box can give me.
Yeah.
And you get home, you get disappointed, because back then, you know, you couldn't really go online and watch a YouTube review of it. You'd have to find a magazine.
Yeah, this was over 20 years ago.
You know, and the games
Yeah.
were taking advantage of you. You know, at $100, I lost $100. That moment in time, I lost $100. Played in hours of the game, and you couldn't really return it because you couldn't say, oh, it didn't work or something. You know,
God.
it wasn't like a thing.
Yeah, you make a good point there about like not knowing what the product is going to be like. We were so cut off from it,
Yeah.
and word on the street was like the most valuable information.
Yeah.
It's like, I have this game, guys. It's good, believe me. And it's like, oh, I can buy it. It's safe to buy it.
It's
Yeah.
your friends. You might even go to a friend's house. You play a game with them, and then you go, "Oh man, that was awesome! I want to get that too," and you buy it.
Yeah.
But before then, you might have a read of them. You know, like a PC mag or
Yeah.
like what is it, the PlayStation mag?
Oh, the PlayStation magazine. I'm sure that's still going, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure
The
it is, but-
official PlayStation mag.
But
Yeah.
thinking back now, I don't know if I could trust those magazines either.
Right.
Because the PlayStation mag would have PlayStation games only, right?
Yeah.
Curated by Sony, right?
Sponsored by, yeah.
So if a company paid enough, they'd get a nice editorial. And as kids or teenagers, I don't think we really understood how an editorial sounds like.
Yeah.
And then have these flashy screenshots, you know, screen grabs of them and be like, da-da-da-da, this was so exciting. I slashed somebody's throat and the pixelated blood flew out and da-da-da. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was
Yeah.
very wordy and blocky and pixelated. But, yeah, I don't think I could trust them.
Don't think so?
No.
You know, when it comes to PlayStation, though, I find every exclusive I have experienced has been really good.
What's the worst exclusive on PlayStation that you've played?
That's what I was trying to think of. Like, well, I can't think of one right now. Like, when I look at all the exclusives, maybe, okay. Probably, like, I haven't even played this, but I heard that it's mediocre. And it's not like it's bad, but it's mediocre. And that would be Knack.
Knack.
Which is like the first exclusive on the PS4. It was like a launch title. There we go, launch
title.
titles.
Oh, right
Launch
there.
titles suck. Yeah.
So, okay, you know what? While we're on that topic, and I know we were talking about Xbox,
Yeah.
but I want to see the launch titles for
all right.
PlayStation 4. Actually, shall we go back to PS3?
Oh wow, this is going back.
Yeah, we're
in
going to
time.
go back.
All
We'll
right.
go back in time. Here we
Back in time, guys. Gonna sit you back.
go. Let's paste it here. So, Blast Factor. Did you ever play that game?
I've never heard of that. To be honest, I didn't even get a PS3 on. I never got a console in my life on launch.
Never.
Never in my life. This is the first time in my life that I'm attempting to do
Wow. What do you think has changed from that? Is it money thing or is it an adult thing? What is it?
this. Yeah, okay, so PS1, 2, and 3, it was definitely a money thing.
Yeah.
PS4 I wasn't excited by the console at all.
PlayStation 4, yeah,
I
it
think-
wasn't exciting.
Yeah, the end of the PS3 era, I was like, well, PC's the place to be.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. And but then by the end of the PS4 era, I was like, damn, look at the catalog of games. Like, it's so good.
It took 7 years for Sony to sell to this man right here.
Yes,
7 years.
7 years.
Imagine that. How long?
Yeah.
Like, think about it this way. If you're a sales, like I'm in sales, so it's like if it took 7 years to get one customer. Jesus Christ.
Is it worthwhile for them now? Maybe. They've scored a few $100 from me now.
If you didn't have those catalogs of games, you probably wouldn't be buying PlayStation 5, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't. But they've sold me on the concept of PlayStation because of that catalog of games. When I played, and probably there's a lot of people that don't like it, but The Last of Us 2, when I played that, I was like, oh my god, that was one hell of an experience. Like I left that game being like, whoa, that game's affected me emotionally.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I was like impacted by how powerful that game was. And
So
just
powerful.
how beautiful it was. Like visually stunning, man.
On a PlayStation 4 Pro, I'll give
On
you
the
that.
Pro, yeah.
But it looked fantastic as a game. Like,
Crazy. Like
Just
I've never
insane.
seen a game look so good. Like the cinematics or just like their hair and like the scars on their face or just blood trickling down their face. I was like, bro, that's better than any CGI movie I've ever seen. That's so good.
so this guy's here, Games Radar, has answered our question. Really.
Okay.
They've gone through and compiled every single game or like launch title that came out with each console. So PlayStation 1 had Air Combat, Battle Air Arena.
Toshinden. Oh my god, that was a launch title? You know what? I was actually watching a video of this this morning.
What, Toshinden?
Yeah. There was a guy playing it. It was a Maximilian dude.
Oh, it's a
And
fighting game.
It's a fighting game. Yeah. Oh my god, it's so chunk to the max, man. It's
yeah, I mean, this
really
is chunky as,
it's
Chunk City.
Chunk City.
But what have I got? Where have I got? How do I?
yeah, this list.
Okay, so then we've got NBA. We've got an ESPN game, a couple of sports. Rayman was big.
Oh my god, NBA. Now that you mentioned NBA
Jam.
2K21.
That's a launch title.
Is a launch title for these games.
Yeah.
It's like to think that was 25 years
This is
ago?
1995.
25 years ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
incredible, isn't it?
Incredible, yeah.
We've also got Ridge Racer. That was good.
Oh, wow.
Street Fighter the movie,
Wait, what? But, like, that's not a game.
but it is now.
So, I don't get it. Like, you could watch it on your PlayStation?
Okay, so what happens is they made a game, and then they're like, guys, we gotta make a movie. So they made a movie. I don't know if they made a movie, and then they're like,
I did watch the
oh my god,
movie,
this movie's so good, we should make a game of it.
They're like going back and forth.
They probably didn't even know there was a Street Fighter game in the first place. They'd be like, guys, I went to this movie the other night. They were like fighting and shit. Let's make a game.
It's like, dude, that movie's based off a game. Jeez. Street Fighter, the movie, the game, the movie.
The loop continues.
You never ending cycle.
Total Eclipse Turbo.
Never heard of that.
Never heard of it.
Obviously didn't go well.
Zero Divide.
Never heard
Is
of that.
Raiden Project, is that connected to Snake and all that? Kojima's project?
Is it?
I don't know, is it?
Heard of that.
Nah, it's a fighting racing thing.
Chunky plane.
Alright, so that was... Okay, so PlayStation 2. Wow, look at PlayStation 2.
Look at that launch title.
Okay,
Amazing.
so I think I've heard of most of these. Dead or Alive,
Oh,
Dynasty Warriors was
wow.
amazing.
Amazing.
Sport games, never heard of Eternal Ring, Gun, Griffin, Blaze, Jesus.
Never heard of it.
Maiden.
Oh, Madden.
Sorry,
NFL,
Madden, yeah. Midnight Club was great racer.
Racing game, yeah.
They fell apart in the following ones, I think.
Yeah.
MotoGP, NHL, Orphan Sion of Sorcery, man. Keyboard Billiards Master.
What?
Billiards.
All right.
Ready to Rumble, boxing, round 2.
I'm guessing that's the sequel from round 1, maybe.
Whoever got that name together, I hope you got a bonus.
Really? I was going to say, I hope you got sacked.
Ridge Racer 4? 5?
Wow. There was 4 Ridge
Ridge
Racers
Racers?
on the first PS1.
They really pumped them out, didn't
They
they?
pumped them out. Yeah.
Oh, SSX.
Oh, that snowboarding game.
Yep.
That was classic.
That was
it had
good.
the really cool music to it.
Yeah.
It had that, the cool
And it was super
hip-hop
arcadey.
music. Yeah.
Tekken Tag, Swing Away, Summoner, Time Splinters, Unreal Tournament. Man,
Unreal
I can't believe they
Tournament.
brought Unreal Tournament to consoles.
Wow, that was a PS2 game. Amazing.
Yeah, and it was a launch title too.
Yeah.
Tekken Tag Tournament, I played that to death on the
Oh,
PlayStation
so
2.
good.
Because
So good.
it was a launch title and all the kids had. I think it was bundled with like a thing that you bought back then.
Quite a few fighting games, actually. You got the boxing one, you got Street Fighter EX3,
Yeah.
you've got Tekken Tag Tournament. Maybe fighting was all the rage back in those days.
It's still going strong, but
Yeah, it's still
like,
going strong.
if you think fighting games, there's only really a few Western like big game, or Western in the sense of like the big names, and there's these popular like these Japanese side ones that are also fighting ones, like the one you streamed a little while back, that was like fully anime. It was really cool.
Oh, you talk about Guilty Gear.
Yeah, Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
That's
Guilty
very
Gear.
like not mainstream.
yes.
That's on the side, isn't it?
Speaking of the next one I'm excited for, it's coming out early next year, Guilty Gear Strive. Yeah, what's this Joe says PS2 naming, hungry for apples, question mark. What does that mean?
I don't know. Hungry for apples.
Street Fighter made the SNES. Yeah, that's so true. Man, Street Fighter is a classic. That definitely made
it.
SNES.
SNES, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, right? SNES?
Yeah,
Okay,
SNES,
I'm thinking of the right one. Okay. And then we've got Call of Duty 3, which is huge, because I think up to number 2 came out earlier, but it was a launch title for PlayStation 3.
It's 2006.
I can't believe Mobile Suit Gundam had a game on the PlayStation 3 on launch.
Yeah.
It's from a TV show.
Yeah.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance. What?
That was a great game.
Was it?
I love that game, yeah.
How does this compare to the new Marvel game?
Well, it was like a top-down 4-person player game, and it was just like smashing things and superpowers, and it was cool for its time because you got to play as all your Marvel characters. Obviously, the visual fidelity was like very primitive.
But it was actually good compared to what the new one is out now.
Yeah, because it was like the first time you're playing as the heroes in this this 3D environment, so it was exciting.
So it's like it took one game for it to get stale.
Well, I think there was 2 more sequels to that game.
Oh, to this one.
Yeah, to this one. Yeah.
Right, okay. Because I was just thinking, Tony Hawk's Project 8, that was a disaster.
Project 8,
damn. It was after Tony Hawk 3, it just went downhill really quickly. I had Most Wanted or something, Tony Hawk or something.
Hungry for Apples is Jerry's advert pitch that got him fired in Rick and Morty.
Oh, right, yes.
I
don't remember that it was Hungry for Apples, but I think did he see an ad said something like got milk, and he's like, oh, and he just changed the exact same thing to Hungry for Apples or something.
Yeah, I remember it.
Look, NBA is back.
2K7
and 07. What does that mean?
Why is the difference? I don't get it.
Okay, didn't they release a poor people version now and a rich people version for the NBK 21?
Yeah, because you buy the Mamba edition or something, and that rich edition is because it's for 2 consoles.
Yeah,
it's a cross gen one. Yeah. Ridge Racer's there
7,
again.
Yeah,
it's on all 3 consoles. It was a launch title, Ridge Racer.
Need for Speed Carbon, so good.
Was it? Never played
it. Really good. It was nice. I finished it in 1 week. I took my PlayStation 2 with me to Rarotonga, and I was just I'm doing nothing but playing Carbon.
In Rarotonga.
I clocked it in one week.
My God.
So Tiger Woods, that was obviously before his extramarital events.
Issues? Yeah.
Issues? No, events.
Events. Oh, right.
Wouldn't call them issues.
Yeah, events, right, yeah.
Okay, so PS4.
Okay, here we go.
Black Flag.
Yep, there it is.
Battlefield 4.
All right.
But see, that's not an exclusive, and
no,
you could have played it on something else.
Yeah, so was Assassin's Creed. You could have played it on PS3.
Never heard of Blacklight Retribution.
No. Never heard of that.
Call of Duty Ghost was terrible.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was average as. Contrast, never heard of that.
Never heard of it.
DC Universe Online, did you?
Oh, nah. I think that really tanked.
Did it?
I think it was pretty bad, yeah.
FIFA 14, same as 13, same as 12, same as 11, same as... Do you want me to continue?
yeah. How many more you got?
There's an issue this week. Yeah, this week or last week, where FIFA 21 came out, and they're in a disclaimer, it says, this game is exactly the same as FIFA 20.
Oh, God.
And then, the actual disclaimer says, this is exactly the same mechanics as 20. There are no changes, and I think the only extras is, different arrangements of teams or something. And it's $60.
Oh.
So they're selling you,
the same game.
Yeah. So basically, people who already have the previous one don't need to buy the new one. And only people who are just new to the thing should buy that one. It's terrible. NBK, NBA 20K,
2K14, yeah.
Knack. You said you didn't
like that Knack. Yeah, I never played it, but it's a meme, actually. Knack has become a meme.
Is it?
Yeah, they always make fun of it so much.
Oh, okay.
It was also Mark Cerny's game, which is really sad.
Oh no, poor Mark.
Poor Mark.
Warframe was a free-to-play, I believe, so I think that was cool. Need for Speed Rivals was pretty bad, or average. Sorry, and whenever I say bad, I just mean that I found it bad, but that doesn't mean anybody else did.
Resogun was good.
Was it?
And it's actually the guys who made Resogun are now making Returnal.
Never heard of Returnal.
It's that one. We saw a trailer of it, and you know how the woman, it's like a woman with the short hair, and she's on a spaceship, and she lands on Earth.
Oh, that one!
And then when she dies, she comes back again, like she keeps returning to the planet, and the planet changes or something. Yeah, so every time she dies, it's like... So this is their first kind of like AAA looking title.
Yeah.
Because they've shown themselves, they've proven themselves to be very competent at what they do.
That's impressive. That's really good to see. And especially, what was Resogun like? Was it a shooting
it's
game?
like this 2D plane, like you shoot, and I think it was like this 2D world, but kind of like 3D-ish in a way.
Oh,
like it's
that's
kind
a big
of like
jump.
this turning cylinder thing. As you like fly, you can fly back and stuff. Yeah,
that's a big difference from
jump.
This to the other game. Yeah,
they're bringing some of those mechanics back in the sense that they have a specific name for it, where there's heaps of projectiles coming at you, and you kind of have to dodge and like shoot back. So there's a name. They call it like, I don't know, like missile.
Missile attack?
Missile spam game or something like that. Yeah,
those are super popular in arcades. You used to just have a little plane.
Yeah.
Like, they're really fun, and there's a bit of skill that goes into it. So far, for PS5 launch, we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Astro's Playroom.
Well, there's, that demo that you get on the PlayStation for free.
Oh.
I don't know if you get the full... Maybe you get the full version. I don't know. Astro's Playroom.
Demon's Souls, that's big.
That's big, yeah.
Destruction All-Stars. Oh, that's that Derby one.
Yeah, that people are on the fence of that one. We just haven't seen enough to be convinced yet.
Dirt 5, I mean, there's always a Dirt somewhere around. DMC 5, which is a game we've already played.
Yeah, that's just a upgraded edition, I guess.
And I think Dirt 5's already around, isn't it?
Is it? Or do some people have access to it? Has it already released? 6th of November. Okay, so they have like a copy of it.
Right,
like
so it's an early release on
version.
Xbox and on PlayStation. Okay, so you'll be able to get it on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Interesting. And we've got Godfall.
Godfall, yeah, that's an exclusive. For
Madden. I keep saying Maiden. I don't know. I keep thinking Maiden. Yeah. Marvels. So tell me, am I right to believe the rumors that it's built on the exact same engine as Spider-Man, the previous one?
Right.
It's the same city and just different storyline?
I think you're right in the city aspect. The engine, it may be as well. Like, I saw some previews of it and I was like, this looks like very similar, but just better visuals. Like, it was actually playing in 4K 60. Like, it looked very smooth, like very kind of sped up, so you know that it's 60. Like, it just looks really good.
And it had different mechanics with him having like electrical powers and stuff.
Yeah, so he has different powers. The cities, obviously, they changed it in the sense that there's snow, so I guess, it has a different feel and a different look to it. There's different enemies, a different storyline. So they're trying their best, I think, to make it very different. In saying so, it's... You don't want to say it's an actual sequel. I think that's why they gave it that
Miles
title,
Morales,
because it's an extension of the world. And I think there was a preview of Peter Parker jumping in there as well. So I think Peter Parker joins in.
Is it supposed to be a different universe or alternative universe, or it's the same universe?
No, it's the same universe.
Right.
Yeah. It's basically two Spider-Mans in the same city.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I just saw a comment here. Robert says Donkey Kong Country was the SNES, but didn't Donkey Kong Country was on another platform? I'm pretty sure that they actually had that game was sold not on something else other than Nintendo.
Yeah.
And Tony says, did you lads manage to get a pre-order for the PlayStation 5?
I did, but it's telling me that, it's confirmed, it's paid for, but I'm concerned about actually getting it. I don't know if I'm going to be the guy to get it day one, because all these emails, people are getting all these notifications to be like, oh, it's actually delayed. Yeah. Oh, you're actually getting it then. There's so much mixed message.
So who did you pre-order with?
This was with Harvey Norman.
They say it's confirmed.
It's basically, they took my money on the day when I pre-ordered it, what is it, a month or two ago now?
Yeah.
Jeez. And they have the date on there, the 12th of November, but they also say, oh, we'll let you know when we get it. Just like, right.
So you think you're going to get delayed?
I don't know, man. I hope not. I took day off work.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. I took 2 days off work for Cyberpunk. Yeah. I hope that's not delayed. I'm actually considering leaving my order with Amazon, but coming in and going on to GOG and just buying the downloadable version.
Yeah, there you go.
Just in case it just doesn't arrive. But I wanted the box. I don't know. Maybe what I'll do a giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll order both, but buy the one online and then give away the CD key so I get to keep the case. And
there you go, guys. If you want Cyberpunk 2077,
we'll do it on stream. We'll do it on stream.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Sold.
There you go. Boom.
Sackboy. A big sack adventure.
Big sack adventure.
And Watch Dogs Legion.
You know, some people are saying Sackboy is going to be a sleeper game. Like, it could be a hit.
Like Sackboy?
Yeah.
Sackboy a hit?
Sackboy hit. It's a part of the UI thing. Oh, we can watch that later.
Really?
Yeah,
okay,
because he does a demonstration on the UI.
Oh,
Sackboy.
okay. All right. So shall we move on to that? Let's move on to our next topic.
All right. Why would we... I don't know. We kind of transcended into
transcended. We were talking about this because of the poor PlayStation 4 the launch titles. I'm also just going to add Watch Dogs Legion is going to be a poor title because it is the title that is now being given away free with like graphics cards.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, Death Stranding was given away with graphics cards as well.
No, but it was launched ages after.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, this is launching with the cards.
Yeah.
Wow, I really hope it's not that bad. It looks.
I don't even know if I'm going to play it.
It looks promising.
I'll install it.
I want to play it. If I manage to get a 3080, I'm keen to try it.
I got my date for the 3090.
Oh my god, that's
26th of October.
This is like more exciting than your wedding date.
I know. I'll remember that forever and ever.
Forever, 26th of October.
I can't believe it. It's been months. And only now. Most people. What did they say to you? What, before Christmas or something?
Yeah. Well, yeah. They were saying, you have a good chance of getting it before Christmas. You have a better chance of getting it sooner with the 3090.
Right. And that's pretty much what I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk PlayStation 5 Experience menu. Let me see if that fits well on the screen. And is there any sound I need to have in there?
Nah. Oh, well, he does talk a lot, but I think maybe we can figure it out by looking at it. And Tony says he's got some concerns too. He got one from EB Games, but they took a $200 deposit. Oh, yeah. So look, maybe you'll get one in December. I want to say maybe. Oh, yeah, they do a whole thing where they were showing the console a little bit because there's a guy talking there.
Yeah. It still looks like a Wi-Fi router.
Wow, it's number 6 on trending. Doing pretty good, PlayStation.
Oh, look, the trending feed in YouTube is absolutely fake and garbage. It's whoever pays the most.
Is it?
Yeah, 60% of it is like late night show talks. And it's like, how are they getting on trending? They're not trending. They're not trendy. They're boomers. Anyway, that's my rant for the day.
That got you really angry.
I just hate the trending page because it's all those late night talk show guys. And now I'm like, ha, look at this monologue I'm doing. And it's all like monologue-ish and I'm so political. And it's like they're trying to be YouTubers. Why don't they just stick to their classic TVs and just leave us YouTubers alone? We don't want you on our platform. Alone. You have TV. Go be with everybody else who watches TV.
Yeah, I feel like YouTube is the place to go for just normal people without being controlled by like massive industries to be like, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't look like this. Yeah.
This is, you've got more freedom than anywhere else. Scotty Kenzo, is that the guy who's talking, or?
I think so. Yeah, that must be his account. He's basically like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna show you the UI, and there's these cards on the UI, which is quite interesting." And so he's talking and explaining it, and in the sense that like there's a feature on there where you open up one of these cards and it tells you how long more or less is remaining of the mission, and it in time. So it will tell you, 12 minutes to finish this particular mission.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is like really awesome.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That is something. I would never thought I wanted to know. So is that 60% meaning that it's in progress, like 60% through the game, or mission?
I think that mission, because that adventure, the Soaring Summit or whatever it is. So you've got like your news, then you've got whatever recently created, like screenshots.
Yeah.
Yeah, then obviously it's got games in there that you can check out. There's one interesting thing on there, which I think is a bit sly, is they have a tips function on one of these cards, where it will tell you where you can find like a secret costume or without trying to spoil the plot. So they're trying to be quite sly about it.
Right.
But these things are only available to PS subscribers.
Oh, what?
That's how they get you. Yeah. And it's not available with all the games as well. So I'm guessing it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive thing.
What a bunch of God.
Yeah.
That's such a tiny little marginal thing to get to as a reason to get PlayStation Plus. Like, I'm so bad at games. I'm going to subscribe so I can get those tips.
So the great thing is, like, you don't have to go on Google or look at your phone. It's like you can get it straight from your game, and the video's right there, and it's like a professional video, so you don't need to like scroll through YouTubers and stuff like that.
Nah, you know what?
He's doing it right now. He's showing you. He's like, I want to find the robes or whatever, the monk robes, and he's going through all these details.
Sorry, I'm gonna go on a rant. I call bullcrap. As a gamer or somebody who enjoys the game world, the whole point is to jump in and be immersed in the world and figure it out for yourself.
Yeah,
and not be given
discovery, man. Discovery.
This thing with it popping up on the side saying, "Oh, head over here, get those tips that you've been paying $15.99 per month, and you can get those things easier." To what? How do I compare myself to everyone else? Like, if there's I bet you there's achievements for this. You get an achievement for finding all the things. So it's not an achievement anymore. It's just follow what the thing says. If you've paid for more, you're going to get more achievements because you've paid for these tips. Sure, yes, you can Google that, but you know what? It's actually harder to go Googling, especially when you're playing a game or on your TV or whatever.
Yeah.
It actually removes the skill and the gaming part of game. Now it's just like, do this, do that, here's instructions on how to do it. It's bullshit.
Now it's like you're just completing tasks as opposed to like discovering everything
exactly.
And having it. Like, that's what I love about gaming. It's like, I want to experience it in the way that I experience it. And I think but there are completionists. We have to remember that they're the perfectionist completionists, and this is going to work well.
No, this is going to be really bad for completionists.
You think
they're not going to feel special anymore. There's not going to be any reason to be a completionist when every single guy who's got a bit more money, or gal, or person, can they, them, zen, whatever you want to call it, they pay a little bit more, get those tips.
Yeah.
And then what's the point of completionists? There's no more skill or anything that makes you special about it.
Well, the thing is, you're gonna look on YouTube anyway.
I've been playing Divinity. I've looked on YouTube, but I've had to research. I've had to put effort into it. It wasn't given to me on a platter.
And this is going to be given to you on a platter.
Yeah.
But okay, so I think they're trying to get more, like, PlayStation's subscription. They're trying to get more out of it. Like, they're trying to make it more worthwhile in this sense. Because, like, I don't think they're giving out enough games.
Yeah.
So what if they do these funky little services that nobody else does? To be like, oh, this is a video of how, you complete this,
I'll give you an example, and I'll just go to Nafi's question, because you might be able to know this.
Do you need a PlayStation Plus to play multiplayer? I believe you do.
Yeah,
yes,
I think
you
so.
do. Yeah. I thought it was free. Sorry, the last PlayStation I had was a PlayStation 2. No, fair call. I'm under that understanding that you do. Yeah, you need a PS Plus
100%.
subscription to play multiplayer. You get free games with it now as well, so I guess that's the benefit.
You mean Firefighter Simulator? That's
on
the PlayStation.
What's that?
You remember Firefighter Simulator?
Disgusting. Yeah, the worst possible game. Yeah. But there's some cool games, especially in November. You're gonna get access to like 18 games.
Yeah,
which is like a big deal. Yeah.
So it's trying to replicate the whole thing with the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
I was just gonna add something that Netflix doesn't actually do, and I know this is a little bit different, but it's to do with tips, a little bit of value.
Okay.
Prime has a thing called X-Ray.
Never heard of it.
when you pause at a certain scene, on the left-hand tab, it will give you every single character's name,
Yes.
a background about the story.
So that's called X-ray.
It's called X-ray.
Wow.
And then, for example, when we were watching The Boys, you mentioned about a tidbit.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, of course, because when you pause it, there's a little thing about, well, actually, in the comics, da-da-da was somebody else, and
Oh, wow.
that's actually in the sides.
That's
It gives you
actually
little
in there.
tips.
Oh,
So
that's
to me,
cool.
hearing this saying, oh, that's where you go to find your pinata full of beans,
Yeah.
that's not entertaining. Why can't I hear about, oh, well, something a bit more about the story, maybe something, I don't know, maybe that's a bit cop-out too. Yeah, I get it. It's a tip. But maybe, whatever happened to, like, tips on loading screens? Oh, wait, you don't have loading screens
Oh,
on
yeah,
PlayStation.
that's right. There's no more loading screens.
Because that SSD, now I'm
People
going back
are
to
gonna
hard
be
drive.
raging. Where's my loading screen? Yeah.
Like, I remember playing
Yeah.
Skyrim or Oblivion, and you'd be
Yeah.
sitting there, like, loading, and it'd be just these little tooltips that'd be flicking through.
Yeah.
And if you held your mouse, you'd have a little, like, it'd be like a dragon or a sword. You could just flick the sword in 3D, and it'd be, like, flying around.
Well, that's kind of entertaining.
Yeah, it's great entertainment during loading screens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Danny says, yeah, he likes that feature too. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool feature. Because I like pause and I'm like, oh, these are all the actors. That's
yeah, in
pretty
that
cool.
scene.
Yeah.
And then you're like, where's that person from? What's his name? So you
I know,
pause it,
right?
and you're like,
pause it.
there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
I am surprised a behemoth like Netflix doesn't have that.
I know. Amazon, man. They're going
Yeah.
places.
Yeah. Pokewood Theatre says, do you think PlayStation Now is coming to Australia? I don't think so. Not anytime soon. We
Isn't
don't
it?
even have... That's a streaming one.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't think it is anytime soon.
They need to hurry up.
Yeah, we do not have the hardware for it set up by Sony
The
at all.
servers. Yeah. Okay. That kind of sucks. I mean,
Like-
there's a big corner of the world here that would really...
They don't care about us. Australia's like the last to get anything.
Is it? Oh, that kind of sucks. Wait, but it shouldn't be. Like, I feel like Australia and New Zealand are like good customers.
Yeah, because we pay the most.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good customers in the sense that we're capable of affording this stuff because it's with income against cost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are some?
I
of
like the
cool
progression.
features? Yeah,
I like the
progression
progression,
thing.
yeah.
I like that too, because you open it up and you're like, oh, I gotta be at dinner in 30 minutes. Oh, cool, this will only take 12 minutes. I know that I can finish this before I gotta head off. I gotta jump out.
The game looks
Yeah.
really pretty. Is it pausing the game in the back as I go into the menu? Is that what it's doing?
Yeah. Basically,
And this is the menu of the PlayStation, not the menu of the game.
Yeah, and this is only one of the menus. That's like not the main menu. That's what they call cards. And there's some other cool setups there as well. Oh, maybe if we like flick it a bit forward because
Okay,
he's
you
still
tell me
talking
what.
about the robe thing. So basically, yeah, he had that tip video. Oh, sorry, there where he
That game
was
was
showing
great,
to him
by
how
the
to
way.
do it. Yeah, it might be a fun multiplayer game.
It looks like a Super Mario 3D or whatever. Super Mario 3D.
It's basically, PlayStation Super Mario. This is, they're talking about cards. So you can see your friend, what they're playing. So you can see their game as like in live. And you can put the card wherever you want on screen. Like you can, I'll just put them there. And so you're talking to him and you can see him play. So you can give your mate tips. Be like, oh, I've seen that level. Yeah, you just got to do this.
That's
while
really
you're playing your
cool.
own game. And they can do the same to you. So
you could potentially have Pornhub up there
Yes.
with your friend and
Yes.
continue playing games.
exactly.
Problem solved, guys.
There you go.
Destruction AllStars. Is that a game? Is that? Oh yeah, 2
Yeah,
out of 4
that-
players. Is that you mean you can jump in another people's game?
So basically, yeah, 2 of his friends are playing, and so he's gonna join his friends right now. This is.
Are you gonna get this game?
I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see how it does. I mean, there's already so many games I have to go through.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be one I'll probably wait out on for a sale, a deep sale.
Deep set.
Yeah. So he just fast forwards because he wants to get into the game. Unfortunately, we don't get to see any gameplay, but what he does do is screenshots within the game. So he's like, hey guys, I'm just going to jump in. Here are my friends. I'm going to take some pictures. You can share pictures, that kind of stuff.
So we don't get any game. We just get them jumping in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't share any. Oh, but
$70 American.
yeah, it's heaps of money.
Wow, that's expensive.
It is. It's an
That's
expensive
100
game, like
Australian
to
dollars.
drop on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Big Planet. Yeah.
Well, it is the character from Little Big
It
Planet.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sackboy from Little Big Planet.
Okay, so what else have we
Also,
got
this is like the main screen now.
Oh, okay, this is the main
like
screen.
The
Okay,
games
right.
and-
Oh, look at all the advertisement in the back, guys. They're still selling to you as you've bought the console.
Yes, that's one of the concern for many people. They're like, I wonder if they're going to advertise things that are not related to games. I think that might peeve people off a little
You know
bit.
Samsung has bloody ads built into the TV?
Does it?
In the menu, you get ads.
Nah, no thanks. Yeah. What's another thing? Oh, yes, the PlayStation Store app is actually embedded in there, which is a big plus. See that one there? Yeah, PlayStation Store, because it's no longer like a separate app. Now it's a...
Oh, because
inside
it
the
was like
actual
you
console.
have to load it up and it loads into another thing. Yeah, okay.
And now it's like, boom. You're like, it's as part of it, which is really, really cool.
Look at all the games you can buy.
Six
Games.
Well, there's 5 games, and there's the PlayStation Plus collection.
FIFA 21.
Yeah. So some cool features. People were actually like a lot of positive things came out of this. Like they love the functions.
It looks
cool
modernized.
functions.
It looks modernized. It looks like they've added a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's groundbreaking. Like
Nah,
it's just
it's innovation. I think
Yeah.
it's innovation in the sense that we're just upgrading what we already have, which is really cool.
yeah.
Whereas I guess Xbox is still sticking to their old school styles, I guess.
Look, there's a benefit to that because they're not recreating the console every time. They're actually
Yeah.
reinventing they're creating new games and services. So for them, it's like that's what has to be the same, and the
Yes.
consoles don't matter. Joe and Danny,
$109
Danny's referring to
Destruction AllStars, yeah, $109. Yeah, it's a big gamble, seeing as we don't know what it is to invest in that game yet.
So, look, I think it looks alright. Like we just said, it's not massive innovation.
Yeah.
What's your feelings across it?
So my feelings are this, and I like how they started off that presentation where they said that our time is very precious and the focus is on making everything lightning fast.
Yeah.
Like you enter into a game, you join your friends,
Yeah.
you have a look what your friends are playing, you take pictures, you share things.
Yeah.
Like everything is instantaneous. It's so fast.
So
The
no
fact-
more waiting. You just want to get in and
No,
play,
wait.
right?
Yeah. Like the Sackboy thing, he was like, resume. It was basically their version of the quick resume, and
Yeah.
it was like 2 seconds, or it was like instant. It's
Yeah.
just so fast.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
All right, look, we'll finish off with a couple more topics on the tech side. So RTX 3090 and 3080 Founders Editions are being stopped. Well, basically Nvidia's stopping selling them. Is that right? Would that be the way?
They passed the baton to Best Buy because
Yeah.
the Founders Edition, they failed.
They failed.
They
that's
admit defeat.
that's the failure I was talking about. You can still get these in the US and of A, whatever. But obviously not in Australia. I saw some posts on the GeForce ANZ page, on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
People posting that, they got their raffle from M-Wave.
Yeah.
And they got their Founders Edition. And if you got a Founders Edition at the price that they were on, well done. You got lucky. You will be able to sell that on for a little bit more. It's
Yes.
literally a collector's edition.
It is. It's like a super premium collector's thing.
Yeah, I mean, it
People
looks
pay
cool.
Thousands for it.
No other AIB partner has designed a card that looks. Every one of them, they look pretty trash to me. Like they look just like RGB. It's like comparing a sleek Mercedes, black Mercedes with tripped out everything MG or whatever they call it, AMG whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
comparing like a rice burner, like a
Rice burn.
like
I
a
knew you were
tricked-
gonna go there.
like a tricked out Evo.
Yeah.
Light up RGB.
You know what I was thinking?
What?
Comparing that to like a slick Ferrari or Lamborghini or whatever,
Yeah.
to like an ice cream truck. It's just like, because it looks so tacky. Whereas this is super sexy. It's
The AIB partners ones just look janky.
They do look janky.
Like I've ordered a 3090 from Zotac.
Yeah.
And the first thing we're going to do after taking out of its box is put a water cooler on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And take away all the lights.
Yeah.
Strip away all the light show.
I've had enough of RGBs, but I'm gonna buy RGB what's it called, fans,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
these
man.
ones are so old, and everybody keeps saying that they look like the NAZI signs because
Yeah.
because in the dark when you can't quite see it, they're shaped in the this. I'm not gonna say it on stream, but you know what the sign.
Oh, they are shaped in that
People kept.
sign.
I had my computer in the background. And somebody kept commenting about it, and I'm like, "Fuck's sakes!"
Are you part of a secret society?
So I'm gonna get rid of that. I never noticed it until a little while. They just look really weird.
Wow.
I think I need to go back to course and be like, guys, are you secretly like German?
Yeah, let's talk about
Old school
this,
German?
guys.
Do we need to talk about this?
Yeah.
So that's that. And then on the other side of that, it looks like... Oops! Oh no!
Oh no!
I closed it.
Oh no!
Ah, look,
What
doesn't
do you-
matter. I'll talk about it.
Okay.
It looks like the 3090 is very good at cracking zip files, encryptions on zip files, which is cool. But the article goes into saying, "Oh, it's going to crack your password." It's not, because it's a brute force method, and the more different variations of text you have, so like symbols, numbers, letters, large, small, it's going to be harder and harder. But zip encryption, depending on the level, might be a little bit easier. So anyway, the 3090 might be the best way to crack passwords. In saying that,
yeah, it'll be the most efficient because it'll be going through codes a lot faster than anything else. Yeah.
So I could imagine the army getting a whole lot of, like, I don't know, 2 of those.
Yeah, a whole lot of 2. Yeah.
And using it to crack some passwords. Because I can't imagine, like, that's right. I was watching a Linus Tech Tips video about the 3090, and he's like, so I've got this 3090. I have to send it back to ASUS because they don't even have enough to, like, use themselves.
Oh
So they
my
sent him
God.
one for like a couple of days so he could make the video, and then he has to send it back.
Yeah.
Because even ASUS, the one who makes them, doesn't have enough for their own use.
Oh no.
That's insanity.
Yeah, I mean they're super low on stock, but I have been hearing. Have you heard about like the actual shipment that's coming out of the 3080s?
No.
Which is obscene.
Oh, tell me more.
Okay, so basically there's 800,000 GPUs on their way as we speak.
How much?
800,000 GPUs.
Are you serious?
Yeah, on their way basically to undermine AMD. Like they're basically they're gonna flood the market. And the thing is, people are gonna be buying these like hotcakes because they think that they're gonna disappear, but they've got so much in stock, so people will be buying. And what will actually happen is that they will actually disappear because they'll be like, "Oh, I need to buy them just in case they're gonna go," and then everyone's gonna be of that mentality, so they'll actually evaporate like those 800,000 GPUs.
800,000 GPUs.
I know, it's insane.
Okay, sorry. Is there really that many people who play video games and on the PC? And
Well, I just made a video recently, guys. This is a good way to advertise myself.
I'm gonna go find your channel. So
I made a video about in 2018. I did an assessment where I got data that there is 2.3 billion gamers.
2.3 billion.
Yeah, 2.3 billion gamers. And so I did this assessment of like how much money people spend per video games.
Okay, yeah.
And so the video is actually about capacity. The whole where I was getting to the point of the video, that they spent something like $200 odd US per gamer, and then like you divide it by the world average, it works out to be like $50 US or something like that per gamer.
Where's my $50?
US dollars.
Yeah. That's incredible. 800,000 graphics cards.
800,000.
That means like China's just like pooping them out.
But the thing is, that's still not a lot. Like when you think that there's 2 billion gamers out
Yeah.
there. 2 billion.
But a lot of them... Well, okay, I guess the question is how many of that 2 billion actually is upgrading to that card?
Yeah. I reckon there's a few million that are probably upgrading now. Everyone's got their 1080s or whatever, somewhere around there.
Well, the 2000 series was a failure. Like we talked about in the past, the reason this is going bonkers is because for the first time ever, it's actually a good card. It's expensive, sure, but it's not as expensive as the last one either.
Yeah, just as if you would send Linus the only one of anything.
Yeah. Good luck to drop Linus Tech Tips. Last two. AMD Ryzen 5950X. I'm going to try and buy that one, by the way.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the hardest one.
Yeah,
the best one.
It's probably going to be like $1,200, but I wanted for video rendering because my video rendering is taking way too long.
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah. But apparently it's hit 6 gigahertz, and before they were like, oh, but Intel has hit 5 gigahertz. Haha.
Yeah.
And like next day it's like
Yeah, we
AMD
got
hit 6.
Yeah. That's insane. I mean, people are still talking about the struggle of going to 5. Like, because I think the boost clock is 4.8 on this thing.
Yeah, that's right.
So, like, 5 is like, yeah, we're struggling here. But these guys are like, nah, 6.
But it's on Mac OS, which it's a bit weird because Mac OS is a little bit lighter than Windows when it comes to, like, overbearing and how it uses its resources.
Right.
So, wonder if it's... Yeah, I don't know.
If that 6 is fake 6, though. It's like, well, it's actually 5.2, but it's selling as 6.
Okay. Well, let's have a look. Both entries which list the AMD Ryzen 5950X, and that's on a like a Geekbench database.
Yeah.
Show the CPU running at a clock speed of 6 GHz. The Geekbench.gb5 file shows that processors frequencies swing between 5931 MHz and 2023. So it clocked over, but it was just under it.
Yeah. Well, what's that guy's name that like overclocks things to the max? I think
Durbauer?
he only does it for GPUs.
Durbauer?
Nah, the King guy.
Kingpin, the one who works with EVGA.
Yeah. Do you think he'll be doing? Does he do CPU overclocks or just GPU overclocks?
I think just GPU.
Just GPU?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was gonna be like, this guy gets it to 7 gigahertz.
Time to Fly asked, do either of you have Twitch channels? If so, link please. I'll link Casper's one because he's actually active on that.
Oh,
Twitch
actually, no, I'm not.
You're
Sorry,
not.
guys.
Okay.
I'm not at the moment. In the future, I think I will be a bit more active.
I'll link
on
it
Twitch.
anyway.
Yeah.
Twitch.
Yeah. In the future, I would like to be more active.
Yeah. I mean, we're on there. We were thinking of streaming this stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably better if we keep it on
YouTube platform for now. I mean,
so
that's where your Game with Casper.
I should have these links ready, like in a little file.
It's me.
There we go, found it. I will now post it in the chat. Thank you very much. There we go.
Yeah. Thanks, Time to Fly.
So AMD sample, engineering sample, 6.022 hit.
That is high.
I mean, that's impressive. It's a one processor 16. So that, I mean, the fact, I'm sure they were using liquid cooling.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry, not liquid cooling.
The gas thing. The hydrogen? No. What's it called? The
hydrogen.
The
was it hydrogen something?
It's like the
liquid nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen.
Yes. We got there in the end. So
okay, brain fart.
They must have been using liquid nitrogen for sure.
Yeah.
However, it's unlikely the Zen 3 processor will overclock to such frequencies for the average user. It's likely this clock speed was achieved using advanced cooling, if in fact achieved at all. Well, I guess I mean, we
sub-zero cooling.
Yeah, we gotta understand that this could be fake. A lot of people do this. Like it's fun to fake shit, apparently.
Yes.
But the 5950X running at 6 GHz scored 2,000 points in a single and 17 in multi-core threads test. In comparison, the 10900K scored 1,400 and 11,000. Like that's a pretty stark difference.
Oh man.
The fact that because Core i9, the 10 series has been around for a little while.
Yeah.
You've been able to get it and use it and do these tests with it. So I guess the part is that they've had more time to test it and they still haven't been able to get it to clock over 6 GHz. Means that AMD is doing something right?
Yeah.
In any case,
dude, 6 gigahertz, and here I am with my like 3.6 gigahertz, and I'm like, yeah, this is sweet. This is like almost double.
Yeah, and a few people will probably having those thoughts. Just to add to that, the fact that it's 5 gigahertz or 6 is not going to make a big difference for gaming.
Oh, okay. I thought like just performance overall rendering and stuff.
Rendering, yes. So
okay,
workloads
cool.
that use single core and multi-core.
Hydrogen, yeah. Let's make it explode.
It's got this really hot CPU.
Yeah.
Hey, Casper, can you pass the hydrogen?
The TNT. Yeah. Oh god, I would not make a good scientist. No.
What's that? You want the C4? Okay,
Here you go. Yeah.
I was just going to say that, okay, so there's a thing here. AMD's Zen 3 based 5000 CPU lineup have appeared on Cinebench, and apparently they are beating the 10K series or whatever. Where's the result? I want the result.
Yeah, give me some stats.
Doesn't say. Oh, here we go.
Yep.
In the single core performance, AMD's Ryzen 5000 series processor take the 4 top spots, beating out its previous generation Ryzen 3000 processors and both Intel's Tiger Lake and Comet S. Like, wait, isn't Tiger Lake coming up? Isn't the Tiger Lake the new one coming up?
Or is Comet Lake the one coming up? I don't know. There's so many lakes in
Hang
Intel.
on.
I'm lost
Intel
in
11th,
the sea of lakes.
Gen. Rocket Lake. Their names are
so many lakes. Yeah.
The names are so annoying. Like, oh yeah, it's Rocket Lake, but it's 11th Gen and whatnot. Yeah, so it's coming soon, guys. I don't know how excited you are for it. I mean, that logo looks so shit.
Oh my god, that looks trash.
You know what I think what it looks
so disgusting. Oh Jesus.
You know what it looks like they're selling?
Yeah.
They're selling the advertising space on billboards.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Oh my god, Intel.
Intel's 14 nanometer chips with a twist. Like this this is what I'm talking about. You can't trust the Verge most of the time, but
yes.
This is what I mean. This was paid for by Intel, 100%, because no
looks like a tampon packet.
yes. Nobody would no leading tech journalist or reviewer would come out and say, "Well, it's Intel's 14 nanometer chip with a twist." Like, it's just stupidity to say that Intel is not behind. They are behind AMD, and they need to admit it. They need to understand. Everybody else needs to admit it and understand, because that hopefully will help Intel bounce back.
It's like Intel hasn't managed to release its 10 nanometer chips yet.
Hello, Vala. Hello, darling.
Oh, she hasn't seen me yet, has she?
Yes, I didn't cry. And maybe on that note, last topic.
Hey!
That's right, the DDR business.
DDR. Tell us about this, Patrick.
So, last generation, Zen 1 and 2, they had an issue that you couldn't even boot it up if you had, like, DDR that was slower than, like, 3000 or something.
Yeah.
There was, like, an issue with that. They fixed that with a couple of BIOS updates, but now they're saying you need at least 4000, which makes DDR4 4000 very expensive. Very expensive. So it's not necessarily the best. It's not the best scenario. Like, I bought ones with 2066, number of the beast. So I'm hoping that'll be enough, because the difference RAM makes in performance is very small. It's much more useful when you're running like a Premiere. Premiere uses a lot of RAM. Photoshop uses a lot of RAM. It gets allocated, but it's not necessarily something that's going to stop you from getting like super high frames, which is, I mean, if you're looking to make records happen, you will need that RAM.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Final thoughts?
Zen 3 looks cool, man.
I am excited. November 5th. Very excited.
I'm excited for you too, man. The 3090 and the Zen 3. You're gonna be flying into outer space, man.
I'm hoping I'll be flying high for at least 5 years, because that's a lot of money to spend just in like 3 years of technology.
Yeah.
But I've actually I've worked out, I was looking at my things I've been buying. I always keep a spreadsheet of the parts I buy, and I separated them into the generation. So I upgrade my main computer every 3 years. And so far, actually, I spend an average of $7,000 every 3 years.
Oh my god, 7,000.
Yeah.
Every 3 years.
On a hobby.
All right, yeah.
I don't think that's too bad, because I know people who would buy like a really crappy Sylvia, and then like a Nissan Sylvia.
Oh yeah, true. When you put it that way, when like muscle cars and stuff.
Yeah, like you spend 20K,
thousands of dollars. Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, okay, so 7K, and that's even with these crazy upgrades and a monitor and stuff. So yeah. And then obviously, Joe Blog says below, October 28th will be RDNA 2. I'm excited to see what AMD has, because it'll be good to have Nvidia on the back ropes to get them to make better stuff. Because
absolutely,
at the moment, it's good, but it's not very power efficient for one. It's very power hungry. They could be doing
Yeah.
better. But I have heard a rumor that they are moving to TSMC for their next refresh. They're going off Samsung's.
You know what I
nanometers.
noticed?
Mm.
Just going off on that on the whole stuff. This is a great time to be a consumer because they're really fighting for us, these companies. So you got Microsoft putting the pressure on PlayStation, and you've got AMD putting the pressure on Nvidia.
Yeah.
They're all like vowing for our money. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna be better. Like you need our products," and we're like, "Well, we'll go who has the best and the cheapest." And we have options. They're giving us all these options. They're getting very aggressive with each other.
Exactly.
I mean, even Amazon with Netflix is like, "We got this feature you don't have." Yeah.
And they'll be if they keep fighting, it's better for consumers. That's the whole idea. As long as we get to thrive off their suffering, that's good. They've got billions of dollars to cry away.
What's that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, welcome Time to Fly. Is supporting the channel with by joining the membership thing.
Oh, thank you.
I got YouTube enabled that last week, and I turned it on a couple of days ago. I didn't advertise it or anything, but yeah, thanks very much for jumping in.
Cool.
So I think we'll end the show now.
Yeah.
It's end time. I'm so sorry.
Oh, and October 28th, we'll be there, right? We'll be there?
Yes, we'll be doing a stream.
There. Okay, watching.
Is it going to be at night again?
Probably some crazy hour.
Okay, but we'll do it. It's always fun to just be like zombie down going CPU. GPU.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for watching. Hope
thank
you
you.
enjoyed this week's episode. We'll be back same time next week. Same YouTube channel.
Yep.
Thank you very much to Joe, Time to Fly, Danny, Nafi, Pokemon,
Cop 77.
Koopies77.
Yeah.
He says, I didn't read your comments. Sorry, mate. I think you can get PlayStation Now in Oz. Can you? I don't know. I haven't really.
I don't know.
Robert Percoro, thanks for joining us, mate. Ratish, good to see you, mate. Hammy, good to see you. And Nathaniel, good to see you again. And Vanilla Shack.
Vanilla Shack.
You know what?
Cool name, man.
Shack. He started a line of shoes for affordable line of shoes for kids.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, they sold 250 million.
That's a lot
units.
of shoes.
And they're actually affordable and
Whoa.
fully covered. Well, not covered, but like made by Shack. His like
like at home making shoes.
Making them
I got
shoes.
you covered, USA. Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all in another one. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Wave goodbye as we click end the stream. Bye.
Bye.